Previously on Tomb Raider 1. And with that, the adventure continues. What's up everybody, Jonathan Wolf here, and welcome back to the Tomb Raider Marathon. Sorry, I just ate. Today, we're doing level 3 of Tomb Raider 1, which is the Lost Valley. So let's go. So if you thought the last two levels were a bit generic, which they are to some extent, oh boy, you're going to love this level because this level gives you a complete 180. Alright, so here we go. We're in the last level and the door mysteriously shut down behind us. Oh no! But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so the main gimmick of this level is we have to find some MacGuffins so we can go up the stream over yonder and make sure that the water stops flowing. Now, if you want, you can actually go over there and you can actually get a new weapon plus a secret. However, yeah, my pistols are still the goated. So yeah, powerful guns are overrated. But yeah, right here we got some wolves down there, and right here we can do some Olympic diving with a sweet camera angle. I love it. And yeah, these wolves, we can easily dispose of them by standing here and just shooting at them. Now you may notice that, yeah, it took me forever to kill that wolf, and that is because one thing I forgot to tell you is that your weapons function as, or your weapons have a hit scan feature. And yeah, basically for those who don't know what hit scan means, essentially depending your range on the enemy or on a target, you will either be more accurate or less accurate. So for example, when I'm close, I'm more accurate, but when I'm farther away, my shots miss most of the times. I mean, if you played a classic Doom game, you know exactly what hit scan means. I mean, you've been dealing with that. You deal with that every single day. All of you Doom tubers with the chain gunners and shotgunners, you know. I don't think I need to explain that, to be completely honest. So yeah, down there, I went into a bit of a wolf den. I guess I could show you real quick. But yeah, basically down here, there are 3 wolves, and that's it. Yeah, there's no items, there's no secrets, nothing. It's just 3 wolves. So if you want to get all kills, then yeah, go down there. Which is exactly what I did. Alright, so let's go and climb up this rocky formations, because here we got a large med pack. Now, I guess I should also mention that the original, or the remastered version of Tomb Raider 1 does have a New Game Plus version. And there are 3 things that change in New Game Plus compared to the main game. For one, enemies have more health and deal more damage, which, you know, we can actually see that this enemy is nothing we've seen before. A red lizard that walks on 2 legs. Oh my god, what is this? He didn't get me. Wow, look at that. Yeah, as you can see, we have some velociraptors, which, yeah, they look quite creepy. And as you explore this beginning area, you're gonna see that, yeah, we have these footprints. Like, it almost looks like something big just came through here and, you know, destroyed that bridge you see up there. But that's probably fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, guys. We'll be. Oh my god, it's a T-Rex! So scary. But yeah, if you backflip, yeah, this guy's not a problem. Now Now, that being said, you do want to be careful because, yeah, this guy does have a chomp attack, which if he manages to get it, or get the chomp attack on you, yeah, that is an instant death. But as you can see, we can just run around in circles and, you know, the noob can just hide, but we, the experts, we can just chase him around, face your fears like the badass you are, and destroy your enemies. Unless I'm dealing with spiders, in which case I'm running around like a scared little girl. But yeah, another thing you may notice is that as I was fighting the T-Rex, you may notice that I took some damage. Well, that is because the T-Rex... Oh, well, first off, the T-Rex is actually a solid object, meaning that, yeah, you're gonna be bugging around if you try to walk into it, which is awesome. But also, the T-Rex actually does contact damage. Now, contact damage, essentially what it means is that if you touch the enemy, no matter what part of the body, you will take damage. It's pretty similar to Mario. So if you don't want to deal with contact damage or the insta-death chomp attack, what you can do is you can find these ledges to hide yourself from the T-Rex. Essentially, if you go to a high ledge or to a different plane from where the T-Rex is, he will not get you. And if you start, however, that being said, if you start shooting at the T-Rex will actually start to run away. And, you know, like I mentioned, because your weapons have hit scan properties, yeah, it's gonna take a while to kill it.
Uh-huh.
And speaking of killing, here we got a Velociraptor. Very easy to deal with. And yeah, basically this area is just to kill the Velociraptor and to just have a good old view of the valley. Now, another thing I could show... Although, how could I show it? Oh, I know, I can show it later. But yeah, essentially, there is a technique in this game called dangle baiting, where what you can do is you want to grab on the sledge, and you may notice that your shadow is on the tile, well, underneath me. And basically, when you hang on a ledge, the enemy will think that you are on that plane. And if the T-Rex is just running around like a headless chicken, if you dangle, the AI will think that you are on the tile below me, and it will try to get to me. So what you can do is as soon as it gets close, you want to pull up and then just start blasting again. And this is going to be a technique that we're going to use a lot throughout this marathon. And it is a very useful technique. Okay, so the first place we want to go is that covey over there. And to give you a bit of perspective, after the bridge, we want to go to right here to the right. And there's actually two ways you can enter this covey area. You can either enter from this place, or you can enter from the water, which we are gonna exit from. But yeah, here we got a Velociraptor, and yeah, I'm just gonna confront the creature. And oh my god, he bit me. Look at that. All right, and right here we got some stone structures. And at the top of this, we will claim something very, very useful. We have a cock. You know, a cog. Or machine cog, whatever. I always call it cogwheel, but whatever. So yeah, we have a cogwheel, and basically what you need to get is you have to get 3 of these cogwheels to beat the level, essentially. Because yeah, if you went up the stream at the beginning of the level, there's going to be a sort of machine that has 3 missing cogwheels. And yeah, basically we have to get those cogwheels so we can get, you know, so we can make some progress. All right, so yeah, this waterfall right here, this is the other way you can actually get into that room with the cogwheel. And after we exit, we want to face the waterfall, and we want to go to the right, because to the right we can get the first secret of the level. And this secret contains some shotgun shells. Awesome. Alright, so facing the waterfall, once again, we want to go to the left. And we want to find this platform right here. And by climbing over here, if we continue and grab this ledge, we can actually shimmy to the left. Now you may think, okay, so how can we shimmy to the waterfall, since, you know, that ledge, or this ledge ends right here? Well, it turns out you can actually still go through this ledge. Now, it's a bit of a... They don't show it, but essentially... Actually, yeah, they will show it, but yeah, once we get to this point, we can pull up. Now, if you can't pull up, what you can do is you want to shimmy all the way to the right, and then you want to shimmy all the way to this point right here, and then you can pull up no matter what. But yeah, you may notice right there, the ledge that is right there where we were able to shimmy, as you can see, it's angled, or it's not a complete block. And when that happens, and when you see that, it actually tells you that you can actually shimmy through the ledge, and you will not stop as soon as you know, shimmy to that point. I hope I'm making sense, because yeah, we're gonna see that multiple times throughout this marathon. But yeah, basically you want to go up the waterfall, and we can claim the second secret. Alright, now for this part, we just want to drop into the water, because this drop will actually deal a lot of damage. Alright, and now the last thing we want to go is through here, where we're going to see this giant temple. Now, I'm going to leave those raptors alive just to showcase something, but yeah, basically, we want to pull up here. And basically, as you can see, these guys don't have a way to me, and they're going to start running around. Or roaring. This guy's like one hit away. And yeah, basically, as you can see, he's running away. So, to bring them back, what you can do is just hold on here. And eventually, yes, you can see the raptors are back. And you can just keep blasting them again. And that's basically the main concept of dangle baiting, where you just dangle on a ledge and wait for the enemies to come to you. Now, be careful where you decide to grab, because yeah, depending the height of the block, enemies can still get you, which, you know, that can be very bad. But yeah, basically we kill the raptors, and that's all the enemies in this valley. Which I have to say, the look of it just looks really awesome. And I also love the black void that is the sky, skybox. It's essentially this gives the implication that this valley is like hidden inside a mountain, which is pretty awesome. Which, I have to say that I really did not like what they did with Anniversary, and to an extension the remaster version, because they actually gave it an actual skybox, which doesn't give the valley the lost type. It almost feels like it's there, but people haven't found it yet. Which I actually do prefer this black void over the skybox, or over the skybox where you can see mountains in the sky. But yeah, basically in this ledge, we want to face this block. We want to do a jump and grab, and basically we want to get on the roof of that building, you may actually see the large med pack and the magnum clips. And by the way, in the second secret, we got some magnum clips and some shotgun shells. And right here, we can get the third secret. Not the final one, because we still have 2 more. But yeah, this secret has a large med pack, some magnum clips, some Uzi clips, and some shotgun shells. So yeah, every possible collectible except for a small med pack, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, speaking of med packs, I did mention New Game Plus in the remastered version, and basically there are 2 things or three key changes that happen in New Game Plus. The first one is that I thought I was able to hit the roof or the top of the skybox. Now to get down, before we continue the talk, to get down, the easiest way to do this, or the safest way to do this without taking damage, what you want to do is you want to face the slope, and then you want to run off, and then as you fall through the blocks, you want to hold the action button so that Lara will not continue backward, or have some backwards momentum. Because yeah, that's another thing that you want to keep in mind, is that when you go down a ledge, I guess I'll show real quick, you actually will keep your momentum as you go down. However, if we drop down the same way and we grab on the air, as you can see, we are now hugging the wall. And this can actually save your life in a bunch of scenarios. So you want to keep in mind that's actually a thing. But yeah, going back to the New Game Plus talk again. Actually, let's get the cog before we save. But yeah, from this part, you want to go to the right. There's an opening, and this will give us access to the second cogwheel. But yeah, New Game Plus, 3 things that change. The first is that enemies have more health and they deal more damage. The second change is that, at least for Tomb Raiders 1 and 3, I mean, you can only save by using the save crystals, because in the remastered version, the save system is actually based on the PC version, which we will get to it when we get to the expansions. And the last thing that changes is that every single med pack in the game is now changed with ammunition. And the reason for that is because you can only heal yourself if you use a save crystal, which is actually pretty interesting. I actually kind of sort of like how they did it with that, or how they implemented the save crystals into the remastered version. And yeah, right here we got another crystal. You can use it if you want, but I'm not going to use it because I saved literally 3 minutes ago. Or 2, whatever. Okay, so right here we got a bridge, and this was the bridge where we spawned the T-Rex. You can see right there. And basically, just want to do a running jump, and we can grab the bridge and claim the final cogwheel. Now, the best way to get down is to just slide off this slope safely. You can also drop down the ledge of the bridge and you won't take fall damage, so that's also another possibility. But there we go. That is it for the Lost Valley. And if you want, you can do a challenge run of keeping this guy alive. But yeah, getting out is a bit tricky, especially if he's on your tail. Not to mention that the T-Rex does move faster than you. There's some enemies that actually move faster than Lara, but if you keep running and jumping, you can keep a sort of a distance between your enemies, which is pretty good. So yeah, now that we got the 3 cogwheels, we now are going back to the beginning of the level. So yeah, basically here we are where we killed the 2 wolves and we did the fancy swan dive. So now we want to climb this rock formation. You can just jump, and I'm just going the long way because why not? And here we go, back at the beginning of the level. So yeah, down this hallway is where we begun the level. So now we gotta go upstream. Now you don't want to be. Oh well, there you go. But yeah, as you can see, by falling into the water, you're gonna get sucked into the waterfall, and you're gonna get kicked out into this area. And yeah, you actually want to be careful. And yeah, that's basically the main like obstacle when it comes to going upstream, and that's the fact that, you know, if you fall into the water, you have to do the climb again. But yeah, basically instead of doing a standing jump, we do a running jump. Now you also want to be careful with these, with the angled ceilings, because if Lara hits her head, she will get stunned. I guess I can show this real quick, but if you jump, you may see that Lara hits her head on the ceiling, and she gets knocked back, and which, you know, that's bad. However, you can actually avoid this if you hold the action button. Because if you hold the action button, Lara will ignore, so to speak, the stun animation. So for example, I'm going to purposely jump into the angle, but I'm going to hold the action button, and as you can see, I'm not getting stunned, therefore I'm not falling into the water. So that's something you can do to avoid getting stunned by specific jumps, which is going to be very important when we get to well, future levels and future games, especially Tomb Raider 3. But yeah, basically, we just continue on, and here we got a save crystal. You know what? I'm just going to save. Because why the heck not? And yeah, as you can see, here we got the cog mechanism. And as you can see, we got these 3 wooden nubs. And this is where the machine cogs go. Also, for those dirty-minded, I'm saying cog. C-O-G. Don't be that guy, please. But yeah, this was the first level where I legitimately had like a rush of adrenaline when I first played it, because yeah, like I mentioned a couple of times, even though I mentioned it every once in a while. But yeah, this game was the very first. This is actually, Tomb Raider 1 is a very special game to me, because this is the first video game I've ever played. I remember sitting in my dad's lab, and we would just die constantly on trying to kill the T-Rex and getting stuck on a specific level, which, you know, it was pretty bad, except that we didn't do a very specific thing, which I will get to it when we get to that level. But yeah, once all 3 cogs are in place, we pull the lever and get disappointed that the cogs that we placed do not move. So much for realism. Now, by pulling the lever, or what the mechanism did, is that it reverted, or it changed the flow of the water, and as you can see, the water is not going downstream anymore to where that waterfall is. So yeah, what was the point of doing that? Well, as soon as we get back to that room, we will see. But before we do that, as you can see, we got a ledge here that we can shimmy over. And we want to do that because this will give us access to the 4th secret of the level. And yeah, we can just Jesus our way to the secret and claim a large med pack. Awesome. And the best part is that it is now safe to go into the water, because now we're not going to get sucked in, which is awesome. Now, before we continue on, right here we got some of these ledges, and you can actually come down here at the beginning of the level, and right where this Scaly Boy is, we can claim the shotgun. So yes, we have a brand new weapon, which is awesome. And you can actually use the shotgun against the Velociraptors and the T-Rex to kill them much more quickly. Depending your distance and your luck, the shotgun will actually take 1 hit to kill the Velociraptors, which is awesome. But we're not going to use it. Instead, we're going to use it in the next level. So yeah, with that said, let's go into this hallway or this water passageway. And at the end of this passageway, we will emerge into the 5th and final secret of the level. And this secret contains some shotgun shells, a small med pack, and I believe magnum clips. No, more shotgun shells. Now, shotgun shells, since we already have the shotgun, every pickup we get is worth 2 shells, which doesn't explain why we get a box, but whatever. But yeah, basically, shotgun shells give you... Oh, I took damage. Shotgun shells give you 2 shells, which means that we now have... Or we have 14 shells. We picked up 7 so far, which is awesome. All right, let's dive over here. And what did we do by shutting down the water? Well, as you can see, we removed the waterfall, and it uncovered a secret passageway that we can take and go into the next level. And there it is. So there we go. That is Lost Valley. And yeah, this is where the game starts to get good. From being very generic to becoming one of the best games ever made. Or one of the best games on the PlayStation, I would say. But yeah, this level is... I would say this level is in my top 3 favorite levels of the game. Just because it's simple, yes, but the impact basically makes you go, oh my god, if I can encounter this on a game like this, I cannot wait what I will see in future levels. And that is honestly the best thought process when it comes to to games like these. But yeah, I'm not gonna waste any more time with the outro like I did last time, so we're just gonna end things off here. As you can see, we got all the secrets. We got all the kills and all the pickups. I actually do have a note. I do have some notes on how many pickups and kills there are, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Tomb Raider Marathon. Next time we meet, we're moving on to the final level of the Peru section, the Tomb of Qualopec. But until then, this is Jonathan Wolf. I think I already said my name. And I will see you all in the next video. Take it easy, everyone.